Typical dishwasher, right? Ah, when I close it and lock it. Look at this. Not supposed to do that. So you look under here and there's a couple flanges that screw this onto the countertop. And it's not that hard to fix. We're going to fix this. And this countertop is really old. And there's particle board under here that has broken out. So I'm going to reposition these brackets back a little bit. And I had to get some shorter screws because the countertop, this edge is about 1.25 inches, 1.125 but it hangs down. So the actual counter itself is maybe 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch thick material. So I've got to get some screws with some big heads and big threads in there and really short. So I'm going to have to get some 5/8 or 1/2 inch screws and reposition this. That's how you do that. Got this bracket pushed back in there, repositioned. Now I've got to put a screw in. I got some big flat head or round head screws, 5/8, and they have bigger threads than normal screws because this is rough and old particle board. So if I use real thin screws there, first off, it could pull back out because it's not going to grab. But to get that started, I like to use my scratch awl, and I've got a really super sharp point on there. I try to be careful not to bugger that up. If I do, every once in a while, I'll check that with some sandpaper and stuff, but I like to keep that nice and pointy. I'm just going to use that and twist it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You don't want to hit this with your hammer because you might loosen this up or anything else. If you got a glass countertop or a glass top oven, whatever, next to it, I'm just going to do that. And I was lucky enough to get 5/8 screws at the store. Now, sometimes if you can't get 5/8, these are number 12 5/8. If you get 3/4, let's say, and you think this countertop is 3/4, you may have to. You don't want to push this Formica up a little bit, or whatever else you got up here. So as a tip, what you could do, if this was 3/4, you could get that, start that a little bit, then back it back out, because you're going to use this tip, you know, as a starter. Then you could back it out, and you can take some dikes, and the tip sticks out about 1/8 of an inch, and you could snip that off. You know, snip that off. Here, I'll show you with this one. I got some more. Just snip that off. You don't have to go any further than that. Then you can put that back up in there, and now your 3/4 inch screw is about 5/8. So there's a tip for you. All about giving you tips. Okay. Now just screw that up in there. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. There. Already got this side here. Off that. Nice. What I also did is, you got to check this out after you close it, before you screw that, and see how well it lines up. If it doesn't, you can hit that a little bit. You can take that out, and you can push this in before you put that screw in all the way. And that will line this up. If it's off a little bit, these dishwashers are meant to move around. You can kind of jockey it back into position at the bottom. If it slid out a little bit, you can kind of push that in. Line this up. That's always nice to do before you finish your project. Then screw it in. There you go.